because he said every soldier wants one thing when they die in battle. They want to go home. They want to see their family and go back to something familiar. So this guy, like in a weird, twisted way, thought that by killing Alfred's father back home, then Alfred wouldn't have that fear of loss if something happened. Like he figured he would be Alfred's father and be right there with him or whatever. Mm-hmm. And he had tried the same thing with his son. And it's this guy's like weird twisted plan. And come to find out that Alfred eventually comes to find out that this guy killed his father, and that's the guy who has Bruce right now. So then it kind of stops there. Well, Alfred goes and he gets some allies to go help him get Batman back. And let's see, he says something pretty poignant here. I'm trying to find so perhaps I can still become the good father, the one who walks away, forces him to come to grips. But not today. Like he's like, maybe one day I can let Bruce go and walk away from him and make him quit that way, but I'm not doing it today. I'm going to go bust him out. So he goes and he gets, that's kind of spoiled the end of that story, but we said spoilers. The other thing is this story about gun runners in Moscow that Batman is fighting. It's a two-part, like a main story and then a kind of shorter story at the end. But it's pretty good Batman against Russian gun runners. And I was thinking this All-Star Batman, this issue and the last couple issues, I think, has been more like Detective Comics than Detective Comics. Because you got Detective Comics now is just mainly that whole group of kids that Batman and Batwoman are training to become kind of like the eyes of the city of Gotham. And that's all just kind of one main story, whereas All-Star Batman's been like a main story and a side story, the way Detective always traditionally was. Right. So I think Scott Snyder would be brilliant if they gave him a run on Detective after this All-Star, after its run. Just maybe put Capullo and Snyder on Detective for 5 years. See what happens.
All right, so go check out these DC books if you want to check them out for yourself and read the stories. Of course, next week, once again, we'll be bringing you our reviews for next week once we get our books from DC. And that'll be doing it for us for this week. I will lay down this. October, of course, around the corner, coming up with Horror Fest. And, Chief, I have spoken to a familiar face of the Renegade show who has said yes, she would love to come back in October for Horror Fest.
Well, excellent, because she is a horror icon that will fit in just right for October.
That's right. Felissa Rose will be back in October for Horror Fest. Always love having Felissa.
That'd be our fourth time, I think.
Third or fourth, but always fun to have Felissa on the show. And, of course, every week we bring you our GTA reviews. We bring you what's coming on in our minds. Welcome to everyone listening to us on Filling the Void Podcast Network, if you're listening to us there. Crystal will tell us where else we are.
The Renegades come into your homes every Wednesday on Podbean, Stitcher, Player FM, iTunes, Google Play, and every Thursday on GamingRebellion.com and now Filling the Void Podcast Network. May God help us all. They are expanding.
And you can catch Chief on the Twitter at SpaceChief75. Of course, I'm at the Nerd Rage Renegades official Twitter. You can follow us on Facebook at Facebook.com/NRR Truth Radio. And, of course, we are on YouTube with some of my gaming videos and, of course, Twitch. Just look up Nerd Rage Renegades on Twitch. Maud followed us on Twitch. Thank you, Maud.
Hey, Maud.
Thank you, Maud.
Nice to see you.
We'll get you, Chief's working on your shirt. We'll get your shirt. We're working on stuff. We're working on big things. We're doing big things in this city.
We got project. Well, with the Halloween, we always say we're not going to do it. We end up doing it anyway. But the Halloween celebrations are coming up, and we're gearing up for those. Getting guests signed up, getting things out of the way, taking care of business, and we're getting to all those little things we need to do. It's just taking us a little longer than expected.
It's taking us a little longer. So until next week, Chief. Fuck you, Craig.
You weak.
Weak, Craig. It's Craig. Fuck him. Good
night, everybody.
Nerd Rage Renegades.